Hey, Canadian wine lovers, we are live. We are live, and we're back, freshly back from the Pan Canadian Masterclass. 5 events in 4 days in Niagara. It was pretty awesome. So stop by to see pictures, hear all about it, hear all about the fifth anniversary that we have coming up next week for Carl's Wine Club and the really awesome red blend that we have, or the red, not the red blend, the single varietal red that we've created to celebrate. So stay tuned. Yeehaw! We're live. Cheers, Carl Boucher.
Canadian wine lovers, Carl's Wine Club members, everyone across the country, 5 o'clock, it's Wednesday, it's time to sit back, relax, pull the cork on a great Canadian bottle of wine, and buckle down because we have some pretty good pictures for you guys. 5 events in 4 days, just like Mira just mentioned. It was epic. It was an epic weekend. What a time. Well, I think we tasted over 150 wines. We saw hundreds of people. We had over 30 wineries involved. Some wonderful sponsors were also involved. But wow, Mira, what a weekend. He was absolutely off the chart.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. I don't know how we even begin, but I'm excited to see you guys. Hopefully, everyone made it back home safe. I know the people that we were rooming with, because we did that again this time. You know, we had 3 vineyard houses, I believe, with members. So that was pretty fun, and so hopefully everyone made it home safe. We know the people we were rooming with did, so that's great.
Yeah, no, that was pretty spectacular. I mean, from the beginning, when we did Wine Wednesday last week, that was on our way back from the airport because we
We
had
had our flight canceled, so
canceled
that was the
flight and
first thing.
denied flight, even denied flight too.
Yes.
So I mean, there was so yeah, that's how everything started. We got it. We got there. We made it in Niagara. I would say probably like around like 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. on the Thursday, and we went right into it. Right into it. We had a our first event was starting at 4 o'clock at Bellaterra, and that's where like around 80 wine lovers came and joined us. Where we had 26 different wines in a little more relaxed and sit back settings at the wonderful tasting room at Bellaterra. We had to pivot because Mother Nature didn't want to cooperate on Thursday afternoon. It was windy.
Windy, yeah, very windy.
It was windy. Holy smokes! So when we got there, Marcel Morgenstern, which was a an absolute anchor the whole weekend. Oh man, the hell the demand provided us is absolutely amazing. Marcel, thank you so much for everything you've done this weekend, this past weekend. But yeah, so instead of doing it under the tent outside, we pivoted and we brought everything inside. Where I think that was the best freaking thing.
Yeah.
The setup was just so great. I mean, it was fantastic. The food was fantastic. The company was absolutely fantastic.
Truly.
Yeah, like people were there. The wineries involved. We even had like Dark Horse Winery from Lake Huron. Who drove with their trailer to come and being part of it? Fred Wine with uh, Margarita and Fred DiProfrio with their truck. So we had the party inside, but some tailgating party outside as well. And yeah, just walk around where our members, you guys were coming in from all over the country and triggering and like meeting with each other. Either you haven't seen each other for a long time, um, either you've never met each other. And I mean, we knew by 7 o'clock on Thursday that we had a great group of people on our hand, and we knew that everything's going to be a ton of fun. So yeah, a few highlights of that little reception. I won't say little, of this amazing reception. Um, some wines who absolutely stood out that day, from what I heard. Like just listening to people like Claude du Soleil Celestia was one of the highlight of the day. Clausen Chase Pinot Gris was a wine that a lot of people talked about. Leaning Post Sauvignon Blanc was a wine that a lot of people talked about. Black Market Chardonnay was a wine that a lot of people talk about.
That
uh,
was a lot of wines that a lot of people talked about that were a lot good. That was
yeah. Oh, I mean the Chenin Blanc from the Silva, and like, I mean there was like on and on and on. Yeah, this one.
I'm picking some pictures to show you guys.
But
We
yeah,
have like 400. And then that's not what the photographer took. That's just what I took. They were photographers as well. So we haven't gotten those pictures yet. But yeah, it was pretty epic.
yeah. So that Thursday kickoff was. I don't know if you're here and you listen and you're part of the Pan Canadian. Drop us a note. Where are you tuning from? What's in your glass today? And if you were at the Pan Canadian, tell me what was one of your favorite wine that you tasted on Thursday night at the welcome reception. So I want to hear about you. I want to hear what really stood out to you over the weekend. So yeah, on Thursday, I mean, like, yeah, so great to see Lou Puglisi, owner of Bellaterra, and obviously Marcel, but his whole team. Oh man, that his team is absolute. Like, there's so many great people on that team with Emily and David and uh, I mean, name it. Like all the team are like really solid. So just to see these people, like all of you guys from all over the country coming in, it was absolutely magic. Um, what was my one of my favorite wine personally that day? Just trying to I was Kern and Co. The Kern and Co. wine was
very good wine.
really good. Um, yeah. Oh, I can't wait to get my our boxes back because where there's a bottle of made from the heart, that collaborative wine that's made by a bunch of winemaker for the auction.
That's pretty special.
And Sperling brought us one, and yeah, I kept it.
Yeah,
I sure did. I really wanted to, and it didn't happen during the weekend that I had a chance to open it. I meant to open it over the weekend and never had a chance. I guess we didn't have enough wine.
We're still a little
Sorry.
tired.
Yeah.
It's all good. We have some wicked pictures here though. Hang on 1 second. Super awesome. So okay, we're almost through because I wanted to show you a little bit of each one.
So these are yeah, that's the welcome reception.
Absolutely.
And we'll comment on each pictures and we'll go from there. And after that, we'll go to bed.
Yeah. It's that time of the day. What, like 5:22? Yeah, I mean in Niagara.
Hey,
It's
our
like
oldest is
8:22.
already asleep. That's what happened when you're 16 years old and you're graduating and you had your post grad party, went camping last night out in the boonies, and mom and dad showed up with 10 pizzas and we were the hero of the night. And
Yeah, they needed.
when I showed up this morning to go pick it up, I said, "Hey, it's Josh Dad.
You got more pizzas?"
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Right. So yeah. Here we go.
Stacy and Jeff are on. Hey guys, Tracy and Jim are on, saying it was an epic weekend. I totally agree. Jen, Yay. Great to see you guys. Dale, evening, slowly recovering from the epic weekend, right? That's right. Highlight was definitely meeting Peter and Anne. So disappointed to miss Sunday at Dobbin. Yeah, that was pretty special Sunday at Dobbin. We did single clone Pinot Noir barrel samples that are going into their Pinot Noir cuvee. Mighty Fine Time highlight as a certain clone 91.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Nora.
the
Saturday.
second, I think it was the second sample. Hey, Daryl, I agree with you. That clone was absolutely off the chart, outstanding. Um, Dobbin was very special on Sunday. Yes, I mean Thursday was made to be much more casual, just to kick off the weekend on a happy note with nothing too technical, nothing too in depth. That was just made to bring people together, and but I think it hit the spot. That was exactly what we were looking for. We met some cool people. I mean, I was happy to see Rob Nedelko there, him and Caroline. It was a tragedy in their life that they couldn't be there on Saturday. They had a birthday party somewhere like in London, and they really couldn't back down of that. Like, they couldn't get out of that commitment, so they missed the Pan Canadian. But they were super thrilled to be there. They brought us a little gift. The new
So Bob Nadelko is a grower.
he is a
Correct.
grower on the
And
20-mile bench.
Recently started making some of their own wines, so they gifted that one to us. That's Caroline, and I think that's Caroline's
Ice wine.
Ice wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're excited to try that. We'll have to try it on a Wine Wednesday live with you guys.
Oh, that's what I told him, and obviously not possible this week because the wines are on the way.
So there's Jared and Lisa, and they celebrated their wedding anniversary with us, and it was actually the official date was yesterday. I think I saw on Facebook. So congrats, you guys. It was great to have you there for the full weekend. And they went to town. There's Stephen and Tanya, who were also celebrating their wedding anniversary, and the four of those guys went to town. I mean, they went to Prince Edward County. They Lisa and Jared ended up going to Lake Erie North Shore, so they did the epic Ontario wine tour.
And I think it's worth mentioning that Lisa and Jared came all the way from Calgary.
Yes,
Calgary, Alberta. All four of them, Lisa and Tanya
and Steven.
Steven.
So there they are with Ilya. This is the welcome reception here, and yeah, I totally agree. You guys rock for coming all the way from Calgary. Jeanette, Danny, all the way from Chilliwack. So great to see you guys. Dale, all the way from Vancouver visiting. So that was a welcome reception. People came and went for about 4 hours at Bellaterra. Actually, by the time we got home, it was like 10:30. So people came and went for about 6 hours at Bellaterra.
Well, it's also worth mentioning that after being up for 36 hours, almost 48 hours,
because of our canceled flight.
Yeah, we got stuck in constant construction on the QEW on our way back from Bellaterra.
At like 10:30 at 10:30.
It took us an hour and 20 minutes from Niagara on the Lake to go back to the in Beamsville. It took us an hour and 20 minutes at 10 o'clock at night. Oh my God, it was.
Smiling face here. This is Rick Van Sickle. He is like a staple of Niagara wine rating. He's a legend in Niagara. He reports back on all the new releases, all the new wines, all the new wineries.
I mean, he's the guy. He's the guy in Niagara. He's doing a great job. He's done a great job for decades as a journalist. So Rick, we met Rick for the first time, finally.
Exactly. There's Anne Sperling. She dropped by the welcome reception, and that was the welcome reception. And really, we all went back to our vineyard houses, the ones that were staying in the vineyard houses. And the next morning, this was our breakfast, or shall we say brunch? I don't know.
Yeah, we can call it. There's many terminology that we can call it. But
this was epic. I mean, you guys know that we did tailgating in the vineyard with Brian Schmidt 3 years ago, and that inspired a whole lot of other events. And then
absolutely.
It sure did, because it's just so special to taste the wines in the vineyard they're from with the winemaker and viticulturist. So we did it again in the boutique vineyard. You can see there the two clones of Cab Franc from the two sides of the vineyard, 314 I always get it wrong.
214 and 327.
There you go. And of course, our members' red celebration wine, the 5-year anniversary red wine. That is 1 barrel of each side of the vineyard blended together. So pretty special and pretty amazing that we were able to do that again.
I mean, it was not too hot. It was just absolutely perfect. Brian was in fine form, telling stories, having fun. We had Richard De Silva from De Silva Vineyard and Winery, Rob Amersley from Black Market Wine Company. We had John Daniel Steele from the Garnet Valley Ranch. So we had a cohort of BC people. Here is Rob here. So the interaction between the pros was quite something. It was awesome.
Yeah, and then we did convert somebody pretty hard to convert, and look at what he's saying now. So Daryl, notorious as I must confess I was for many years, not a big fan of Cab Franc. Okay.
Oh, you were less than a big fan. I mean, you were not
like Cab Franc.
Yeah, you were like, yeah, you were.
And Daryl and I commiserated about the Cab Franc for some time until I got converted. I got converted by Pearl Morissette. Pearl was the Madeleine Cab Franc, right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if this is Cab Franc, I can stand Cab Franc. I can even like it. Cuvée Madeleine, yeah. Anyways, Daryl tasted these 3 Cab Francs in front of you here, the boutique Cab Francs, and then our blend of the 2 clones.
The Carl's Wine Club wine.
The Carl's Wine Club wine may have converted Daryl to at least be open to Cab Franc. And look at this, Sue-Ann Staff Cab Franc was actually enjoyable Tabarnak. So, I mean, this one is for the books. We might have converted Daryl to Cab Franc. And he's got a Magnum. We'll show you guys pictures of our personally engraved magnums that we are giving out and that you can purchase. Daryl won that magnum. It's got his name on it, and it's a Cab Franc. So there you go. Good evening, Mike, the average wine enthusiast. Nice to see you. Vicky said the anniversary wine showed the best in that tasting. Well, isn't that amazing? I mean, yeah, 2 voices in one wine. 2 clones in one wine.
Yeah, and like 3 different vessels as well. So they used concrete. They used barrel, concrete, and stainless steel in different proportions. I mean, the balance in that wine is just absolutely freaking fantastic.
I freaking love that wine.
Yeah. I mean, like while tasting all of these different samples, this one stood out pretty quickly. And Mira was like, no, I don't want to taste anything anymore. This is the one.
Oh, we tasted it live with you guys.
This is the one. This is the one. My
first reaction was pretty obvious. I liked it.
Speaking of that, Brian just sent us a picture that there's a wine. So we talk about the Mission Vineyard, right?
Yes.
So we talk about that, the purpose of the Mission Vineyard, that everything's going to proceed and all that. And Brian just
what the Mission Vineyard is all the proceeds from this vineyard that Brian Schmidt and his wife purchased and take care of. The proceeds go to fund gardens in Haiti that feed the community there for free. It's a really special project dear to their heart. What about the Mission Vineyard?
So there's some Chardonnay Muscat planted on that, and they just made a something like, I think it's 50 cases of Chardonnay Muscat from the Mission Vineyard. And when we're going to do our feature with them very soon, we're going to have access, because usually public don't have access to anything Mission Vineyard. It's exclusively for their wine club, or for auctions, or exciting. For special cause. And Carl's Wine Club members going to have access to the Chardonnay Muscat from Mission Vineyard coming up. So we have a couple samples on the way.
Sweet.
And
hey, look, Jeanette and Danny, they're now in PEI. Nice. And had an amazing time at the Pan Canadian. Found both Clausen Chase Chardonnay and Vineland Riesling, I'm assuming at the liquor stores there in PEI. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. There you go. So from from the lower mainland in British Columbia and flew all the way to Niagara for a 4-day trip with us, and now they're in
Eventful time.
PEI. So you guys better have some lobsters for us.
Yeah,
Okay.
ship them back, ship them back. Yeah, so this is still this log cabin style building, still Vineland. But then the next thing we did, this is on the Friday before the Pan Canadian, we had a bus that day. Eventually,
Eventually.
little snafu in the morning with the bus, but we had a bus. We took the bus and a van full of wine lovers around. So this was our second stop. This was Good Earth, where Ilya Senchuk, our beloved Ilya Senchuk from Leaning Post, is also the winemaker at Good Earth. And we had a very pleasant surprise at Good Earth. On
It
many
might have been
levels.
my surprise of the weekend.
Yeah.
It may have been the surprise of my weekend. I mean, the spot, the feel when you walk on the
Beautiful.
property. The food was outstanding. The wine were great. Oh my God, it was a $34 Merlot from the 2020 vintage. Absolutely rocked it. And maybe one of my favorite wine of the weekend. Not my favorite, but like a wine who really surprised me. It was the Pinot Gris sparkling that we had at first.
I love
Holy
that
smokes, that wine was so delicious. There's Chef Andrew there.
there's Stacy and Jeff.
Stacy and Jeff from Ottawa who spent the weekend with us. Yeah.
And this is the Merlot you're talking about. It was a pre-release. And of course, the most solicited wine at the tasting room shop after the tasting. Everyone wanted to take at least one of those home. And the box they came out with had this label on it. We just had to.
Oh, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So that what happened when you give too much rain to the winemaker? I was bugging Ilya about that, and he was like, "Oh shoot, I took something that I was not supposed to."
Whoops.
So yeah, from Good Earth, where we had an outstanding lunch, and we still tasted 7, 8 wines.
Quite a
what
few
was
wines.
Supposed to be a very it
casual.
was not supposed to be about the wine. It was supposed about the food and relaxing.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So we had another 7 wines for lunch,
and then we zipped on over to where Ilya's own winery is, pretty close by, Leaning Post. And holy smokes, as per usual, Ilya and his wife and business partner Nadia put on a show complete with singing and dancing and a lot of really good wines, hey? Vineyard walking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So here's just a little snippet of that tasting.
Yeah, we tasted over 12 wines there. We stopped counting at some point. It's Rob Amersley who met. Oh, I love that picture. I freaking love that picture. Rob actually pointed out to me at some point, he's like, "Carl, we're at 12 wines right now." And we weren't done then. So anyway, I think for me, the highlight of my tasting at Leaning Post that day was maybe the Grimsby Hillside Chardonnay. Wow, it was absolutely off the chart. So we tasted also some bubbles, the sparkling, the 19 Blanc de Blanc was outstanding to start with. But yeah, we had so many great wines. Nadia got the crowd going by singing the I love Chardonnay.
Pull another bottle from the cellar, baby.
I love Chardonnay.
That's got to be the anthem, right?
Yeah. So we got the members going and singing. That was pretty fun. Brian Schmid came and stopped by later on.
Epic. And we did very, very well for time. And I would say the most off we were for time was when everyone went to buy wine at Leaning Post, and the lineup was big enough that it took like an hour to buy wine. But that's probably a good problem for everyone to have. It means we like the wines that much, and it's good support for Leaning Post. And so right after that, we went along the highway where the lake is, to a restaurant called The Shore.
Lake Ontario, right on the lake.
Recently renovated and really well renovated, like beautiful. You feel like you're on a boat on the lake.
And we had the wine room. It's and the cellar room, which was amazing, and we had a great dinner there. So that was a full-on, all-inclusive day for the members.
A little shindig back at the house for those that could that had the energy.
I have to say though, at dinner, I really enjoyed my prime rib.
Yeah,
Prime rib.
the shore did a great job. I
Yeah.
mean, it was tough. They had a wedding downstairs. They have a huge restaurant, and I felt like the food, given the kind of volume that they do, the food was outstanding given that
Yeah.
that context. So
Yeah.
way to go.
Yeah.
The next day was the big day. The next day was the Pan Canadian, and look how beautiful it looks in the tent. It looks like we were at a wedding because Sue Ann's staff, Estate Winery, they did such a great job. And this is their tent for weddings usually. So it has this beautiful ceiling with chandeliers, and you can see Carl there in the distance. There's Sue Ann and Rob and some of their volunteers that were pouring that day. And yeah, 15 wines from across the country.
15 wines, 12 winemakers or winery people. What, 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, gotta be proud of Marcel and
that's-
I. You
Yeah.
gotta be proud of Marcel and I because
Rob.
I mean, we were on time, like as on time as you can be when you do
Well,
something like that.
It was the most organized one we've had out of the 3 Pan Canadians, I have to say, in the sense that Carl organized it into flights. So instead of doing like 6 or 7 or 8 whites and 6 or 7 or 8 reds all together and everyone talking all together, we had flights. And it was really interesting to do the flights because you get to think a little bit more about the terroir, and you get some interesting conversations from the between the winemakers, right? So you do Merlots from different sides of the country. Like we did the Black Market Estate Merlot, and what was the other Merlot?
Ferox.
So yes,
220
Merlots.
20 Merlot side by side, but that's also the key was to have different. We're
so
not
the winemakers right there, Fabian Rice from Ferox and Rob Hammersley from Black Market, who just joined the live. Nice to see you, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, the exercise was not to find like which wine is the best. The exercise was to showcase how different these wines are, coming from completely different terroir. And I think that's where it hit. It really hit a spot. People really like no one that I heard in the entire 100 people in the room trying to say, hey, this one is much better than this one. That was not the goal, and it did not ended up being that way because I was a few people that I consulted. I asked their opinion at the beginning. That was kind of a people feared. Oh, I think people are gonna try to compare the wine, and no, it was not. That was not at all. And the wines were really.
What do you do after you taste 15 premium wines? You have a beer, right?
Dozens and dozens of wine. Yeah, Neutralite, Michelob. I caught him with that, and I had to take a picture. That was pretty so funny. But yeah, I think we had a happy crowd in there. A few highlights. Yeah, the Merlot highlight was awesome. The Pinot highlight, the Pinot flight was pretty awesome to have. Keith Dyer and Richard De Silva both alongside each other talking about two drastically different terroir, but not only that, two drastically different approach with the grape in terms of viticulture, in terms of vineyard, of a trellis system, and the whole thing was so different. So yeah, super interesting. The Cabernet Franc we heard the chestnut tree.
I gotta say, these wines in front of us are spectacular.
They are absolutely spectacular. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what's in there because I have something pretty exotic here with the white, like so much tropical fruits and
that's so good.
This is really good, and I'm confused about that red. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, I feel a little bit like when I called the trail Cap Franc, that was not a Cap Franc for sure, my first call. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but
Okay, I remember what it is. Yeah, I got it over there.
We got it over there.
We'll
So
talk about your blind tasting in a second. Let's finish the Pan Canadian stuff here. So we did a Cab Franc flight, Sue-Ann's Chestnut Tree Cab Franc, which has a fabulous story with Jesse James having potentially planted the chestnut tree next to this vineyard. Fabulous Cab Franc. And even Daryl, the Cab Franc, skeptic, even Daryl liked it. Painted Rock Cab Franc, which is the darling of sommeliers in Michelin star restaurants and all kinds of great places. And the Legacy Cab Franc from Vineland, which came in a magnum size and was absolutely delicious and done in infinity vintage Solera style. Really
11,
cool discussion.
11 vintage. Yeah, the conversation was absolutely up. Like, was fantastic because Brian told a few stories from across the country too, which was outstanding. We didn't even put a picture of Peter Gamble in there. Peter started almost. He was there, but yeah, he started he kicked things off by presenting the Benjamin Bridge Sparkling, because he started Benjamin Bridge in Nova Scotia.
That's right.
And because Jean-Benoit Delaurier, winemaker of Benjamin Bridge, couldn't make it, Peter presented the non-vintage élevage and gave us all of the details behind the winemaking of élevage, which I mentioned it to a few people. I think for me, that was my favorite wine of the lineup.
The bubbly,
the sparkling élevage from Benjamin Bridge. It might have been my.
Do I not have a picture of it here? It's ridiculous. I'm sure I do, but maybe not in this folder. But
oh yeah, it's true. I haven't
seen the Benjamin Bridge bubbly. Yeah, I do in a different folder. It's a fabulous bubbly. Fabulous.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. So yeah. With that said, Peter Gamble has a certain status, a certain aura that he carries with him when he presents about wine. Been highly technical, but everyone just hang on to his words.
So we'll use Peter Gamble's trick that we learned the next day at Dobbin. We'll show you those pictures in a second. He said this is an old trick from which country?
From Australia.
From Australia. Okay, so the Australian trick is you put three fingers under the wine, and if you can see your fingers, then it's a white.
It's not a red.
It's not a red. Yeah. So so this might be not a red. One here, it's a lighter red for sure. The one we're blind tasting right now.
That was pretty funny the way that he showed that out because yeah. Anyway. So the Riesling, there was a fantastic presentation about the Riesling too. I really enjoyed that part.
That was the Dobbin Riesling.
Yeah. And the goal with that was just like to let Peter go off and talk about his philosophy about the Riesling because
it's fascinating.
It's fascinating about the multiple picks and about the complexity of making Riesling at a very, very high level. And I wanted to hear about his international people that he knows and all of that. So I think
stories. So the next day we got to hear even more because we went to Dobbin with our members the next day, and that was fabulous. And the mind-boggling thing about them and Riesling is they do multiple picks over quite a few weeks, sometimes like 6 weeks over harvest. They're picking constantly. And they will do picks for very specific things. So sometimes the harvest will be like 2 buckets of golden berries that are very specific kind of berries. So they do that because then they have full control over the flavor and the blend, right? So they have different batches of the wine, and it's very specific and very, very precise. It's super interesting to hear how they did that.
Is it a Gamay?
Is the blind taste wine a Gamay? This is a very good guess, Carl Boucher. This is a very good guess. Yeah, very good guess.
Which freaking Gamay did you pick? Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
One for one, Carl.
1 for 1.
It's as if you just came back from a Niagara and tasted 150 different wines, and as if your palate is well trained from the last week.
Yeah. We didn't have any Gamay in the main event. We didn't
That's
taste
true.
the only Gamay that was on one of our lineup the whole weekend. It was only one. Only one.
Where was that?
It was a 2020 Kern & Co. Wismer Foxcroft Gamay
Yes, at the open reception.
At the open reception. The whole rest of the weekend, there was no Gamay in any of the lineups.
Stacy and Jeff say Carl and Marcel are like a perfect blend of two Cap Franc clones. You hear that, Marcel? Oh, that's so sweet.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I'm the softer one. Come on, Marcel's the German, right? So he has to be the little harsher.
That's so sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, not much Gamay in Niagara, but you got a glorious one in your glass.
This is really good. Really good, actually.
I mean, there is a lot of Gamay in Niagara, but not that much that we tasted over the weekend.
Yeah. That's one of the varietal that we might have to focus a little bit more when we get there next time, which would be in a month and a half.
Yeah, we'll be back
a month
August
and 3
22nd.
weeks. Yeah.
Beautiful event at Leaning Post to celebrate that they are Members' Choice Winery of the Year. They're going to do, what they've done every time with members so far in terms of showcasing all their wines, but they're also pulling out library releases for us to taste, and they're going to pull out barrel samples for us to taste.
Yeah.
So, and there's going to be food, catered food. So,
we had a
oh no.
I mean,
my little pyrazine.
I guess. So yeah, back in August at Bellater at Leaning Pose, and I mean, I'm just asking people.
Oh, Bachelor Gamay is.
Should we
so good
plan a day following the Friday party at Leaning Post? Should we do a couple wineries the following day on the Saturday? I mean, if we're there,
maybe just super informally. Yeah,
maybe a couple wineries.
That doesn't work for us though. That doesn't.
No. If we do something,
we're getting the full backstage. Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so maybe we can talk with Thomas if he's around. I mean, back to back.
We are going to Burgundy. Daryl was asking earlier, are we going? We think June 4th to
11th. That's what's in the email. So we sent the email to 10 people today. We already got a few reply. So this is getting real, really real, because now people are in. So starting in Paris on the 4th. And all the way until the 11th. So that's
7 nights.
Yeah.
6 full days, 2 half days. So kind of 7 or 8 days, however you want to count that.
Yeah. And
so we're going to Burgundy. What's the date of the Leaning Post event? It's August 22nd, I believe.
The Friday, August 27th.
22nd.
22nd, you're
22nd,
right.
Yeah, Friday, August 22nd. So we would have the Saturday as a potential, or I mean, even that Friday if you're out that way. Daryl has questions about Burgundy.
Yeah, Daryl, do you want to call? We can have a call after that. We can have a call tomorrow.
We can have a chat anytime, but yes.
We can do a little Zoom call, whatever. I have more and more answers. I'm planning to do a day in Meursault, where it's, to my opinion, it's not Montrachet, but I love Meursault, and I think, and Montrachet is fairly close, so we can do a little swing by Montrachet after we spend a few hours in Meursault, and also a day in Vosne-Romanée. So if you guys can see me coming, okay, because it's pretty freaking obvious where I'm going with that, get your camera ready, because we're going to go take some pictures, please, at Domaine La Romanie Conti. Now, not only you can take pictures, but there's also possibilities to do tasting at DRC.
Okay.
That I'm not promising.
But
That
tell
one
me,
might be
okay,
extra.
so this is where you have to really step it back for me, guys. Step it back for me. I mean, I know that all I know about Domaine Romane Conti is they make Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. What is so special about DRC? And
That,
how much are these wines?
well, $25,000 a bottle.
All of them?
No, not all of them.
No.
Not all of them. There's a few that you can pay 5 or 6,000.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. But the place itself is what's this special.
Yeah.
The
It's kind of an iconic.
yeah,
spot.
I mean, this is the vineyard, because at the end of the day, it's a vineyard. It's a plot of land. And so yeah, so but Vosne Romane, so around where Domaine La Romane Conti is located, there are some really iconic and old wineries. So we're gonna go do some Pinot tasting around there. I am looking for a really historical cellars, underground cellars. So I would like to do an afternoon where we can spend in a very historical cellar. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. I'm working to find the right tonnelier. So
This is cool.
that would be
the barrel maker.
the barrel maker. So if we can get in the forest and see how they make the barrel, the whole process, to be
That's pretty
sitting
cool.
there, because that most of some of the best barrels in the world are from the forest in Burgundy. So there's that. And that day I want to tag the barrel making with cheese making.
Cheese making.
So
Do they make cheese curds?
I don't think
in
so.
Europe?
I think
it's very much a Quebec thing.
yeah,
isn't
it is very much a
Yeah.
Quebec thing. I think they think that was for poor people. It was just a leftover, the thing that
Just
they were
the
throwing out.
leftovers
Yeah,
for
yeah,
my poutine.
yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
so yeah, so there's that day where we're gonna do two activities. Will be cheese and barrel. So something like, yeah, really, really, really cool. I was proposing to Mira to say, hey, you should do a ladies' night out.
Ladies' night out with Mira.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, should we ask ChatGPT? Why don't we ask ChatGPT? What should a ladies' night out in Burgundy look like for someone that loves cheese and wine?
And if I'm ChatGPT, I will say, you go out and taste Chardonnays.
Maybe Chardonnays with wild kind of pairings. I don't know. A ladies' night out should feel like a dream you'll never want to wake up from. All right, that's very nice, ChatGPT. Effortless glamour. Chauffeured in a classic car from the chateau. Sunset drive through golden vineyards with music, laughter, and a glass of Crémant de Bourgogne. What is that, a bubbly?
Yeah. So Crémant Bourgogne is usually from Chardonnay and Melon Bourgogne, and it's a lesser champagne.
So they're recommending a little happy hour at a hidden gem in Beaune or Merceau.
Yeah, there you go.
With local oysters. I didn't know they make local oysters in
yeah, local. I don't know from where, but
yeah, I think that's a ChatGPT thing.
Yeah.
Gougère. What are gougères?
Gougère is a little puff pastry stuffed with cheese.
That I like the sound
So,
of. Canapés paired with grower champagne and top tier crema. Okay, and then they're saying maybe a little blind tasting game.
So
with prizes.
That will do at the chateau where we stay.
Not just for the ladies.
No.
Okay.
No. That's gonna be for the group. We're gonna do blind tasting night between Canadian and Burgundy wines. So that's gonna be catered by I want to bring everything at the chateau. We're gonna have a catered dinner there, and we're gonna do full blind tasting. Which one is Canadian? So we're gonna do fun game.
Should we hide a little DRC in the tasting?
I mean, if I found
$6,000 bottles, not the $25,000.
If I find a DRC on the market under $3,000 a bottle,
that might go in a blind tasting.
And we're full. We need to be full 12. That might be that 12 cup.
And as far as the $25,000 bottle, that will be depending on how much the owner at DRC loves us. I don't know.
Exactly.
Look, Bob is on. Hey, Caroline and Bob. Madame Bosch, the matriarch of the Bosque family from Chateau des Charmes in Niagara, told Bob that years ago, Romani Conti made the best burgundies.
I mean,
she sounds like credible.
Rob, I don't know if you got your email, Rob.
But we've invited you.
But I sent you the email regarding the trip. So if you and Caroline wants to hop and travel with us, it would be an absolute blast to have you, because I know that you guys love traveling. So
more for the ladies' night. ChatGPT is kind of funny. It's just recommending foods to eat. I mean, it sounds like that's what you do in Burgundy. You just eat nice things
and drink awesome
great wine.
Yeah.
So it's recommending white asparagus, truffled poultry, and époisse fondue. What the hell is that?
Époisse, I don't know.
We don't even know. They made it up. And then
Époisse as a capital, so it's probably a place.
A place.
Just my.
Well, you know what? Let's ask ChatGPT what the hell that is. Okay, and then it also is recommending music.
Hey, maybe we can bring for you ladies maybe a jazz trio at the chateau.
Fun,
right?
Or a mariachi band.
In Burgundy. Okay.
Love it. I love it. Yes, it's a good idea. These are all good ideas. Some of them are very cheesy, like monogrammed silk wraps. I don't know who needs that. And we can write each other love notes. I mean, yeah, we'll just ask Chat. But
he needs to go to bed.
Yeah, he needs to go to bed. What is époisse fondue? Let's see. A decadent, ultra flavorful dish. I like it. Made by melting époisse de Bourgogne. One of France's most iconic and stinky cheeses.
Cheese fondue.
Melted into a warm, creamy dip for
over
dipping
potatoes
your
and charcuterie. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of a raclette, but
okay,
Burgundy
so
style.
Is a washed rind cow's milk cheese from Burgundy that's very stinky. It's that famous.
Okay, so époisse fondue in the vineyard.
Okay. And it's washed in Marc de Bourgogne, which is a local brandy. So it gives it like a meaty, stinky, cheesy, melty kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, that's called when you put the brandy in. It's called. There's a very specific term.
Okay. So they put the brandy in, melt it, and then you dip things in it. So it's sort of like a fondue with that stinky cheese, and you put the white asparagus dipped in.
It's the pickle. It's a little bit like the raclette, but Burgundy style.
Burgundy style raclette. Women go out, men take TGV to Paris to party at the Moulin Rouge. Oh my.
Moulin Rouge.
I like this.
I think Mira's phoning us.
Yeah. That's too good. Well, it will be epic. Whatever it turns out as, I can tell, it will be epic. Given that we all seem to like our food and wine, and that this seems like the place where you go if you like food and wine. So
I mean, that's gonna be, obviously this is the center stage. Canadian wines will be center stage as well everywhere we go.
That's what's different.
And if you guys, when you guys are in, confirm. I'm gonna ask you for your favorite Canadian Pinots, favorite Canadian wines, all of you. So we're gonna decide that as a group, and we're gonna bring stuff like, I don't know, Leaning Post, Hidden Bench, Bachelor, and we're gonna build our list, and I cannot wait. So Robert Dendelco, look at your email. Let me know if you want to join
I always
us.
called Rob Bob. Sorry, Bob. I always called you Bob. But
It's
Rob,
both.
I guess it's both. It's
It's
both.
both.
Yeah.
I think he goes by both.
All right.
So
Well, yeah. So that's the crazy trip we're planning. If you're curious, let's chat. Burgundy for the first time, right? So back to the Pan Canadian. We've talked about almost all the flights. We had a Syrah flight, which I think is epic because Canadian Syrah, both sides of the country. People didn't think we can make Syrah here for many years, and then
no, that was a simulcamine, and that's funny because Michael Clark couldn't make it.
Yeah,
at the Clos du Soleil, and sometimes I didn't know. That's Anne Sperling who herself told me.
Yeah,
she's like,
signed that wine.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
She was able to talk about it.
Oh my god, it was awesome. So yeah, so we had Clos du Soleil
really cool.
from the Similkameen. We had Stratus Syrah, where Dean Stoico was there. And Dean's such a great speaker. I freaking love listening to him. And we had Melissa Mouchadre from the Lake Erie North Shore. So what an incredible trio of Syrah to close off the 15 wines lineup
at the Pan Canadian.
So,
and speaking of the Legacy, which was poured as one of the 15 wines, one of the 3 Cap Francs, there is this beautiful bottling of the Legacy that is etched, engraved in the bottle.
Yep.
And look at what's on the back. Your name.
Yep.
So they will, no extra charge. If you buy one of these magnums through Carl's Wine Club, you can get your name put on it at no extra charge. Takes a little bit longer, a couple weeks longer, but it's
so if you're interested, you're listening right now, you're interested to have a bottle of Legacy with your name, send me a note. Just send us a quick email.
And I have to tell you, Daryl won one of these. So we have one with Daryl. And not only is there a fun spelling of Daryl, but it has Mike's rendition of our anniversary logo. Because you'll notice that our official anniversary logo looks a little bit different. Let me show you. It looks like this. Whereas on our Carl's Wine Club bottles, let me show you. It's different. So look, on our t-shirts, you can see it. 5 years of Carl's Wine Club, right? We gave it to a designer. But that whole logo was based on Mike LaPlante's SketchUp, his mock-up. And guess what? By mistake, I think, that's the mock-up that got on these bottles. So I'm pretty sure the subsequent bottles will have
what's the difference?
The new logo. Well, it has like a circle all the way around, and then Carl, look. So, and this is cool. So it's kind of like Daryl, that one you have, it's a one of a kind for sure. So do you see this logo here? You see this one?
Yeah.
Right? It's got established 2020, world-class Canadian wines at the bottom here, and Carl's Wine Club at the top. Look, the one that we ended up using looks like this.
I get it.
5 years of Carl's Wine Club with 2 circles. See?
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. Very different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome though. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's so slick to have that magnum with all the engraving with your name on it. So yeah, thanks to our sponsors again, especially at ASL Print FX and Ovino. And yeah, that was the Pan Canadian. So afterwards, one thing we learned in wine country is there's not a lot of restaurants ready to serve like 100 people that just walk in. So we had dinner catered at the Pan Canadian for everyone that could stay. We had a lovely steak, really well done, for given that it was out in a tent in a vineyard, you know. And Sue Ann cracked open some of her famous ice wine.
Sue Ann cracked it open, but Rob, her husband,
yes,
teased the crowd about that.
Yes.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Yes. Yeah, I think Mike, we can make an exception for that because it was your mock-up. So we sent that to them originally months ago, and we were like, we want something like this, and then we had a designer that kind of polished it up. But for these 2 printouts, these 2 versions, and maybe one more just for Mike, we'll have that special logo. Yeah, you do have Daryl. Very special collectors.
Someone
wine.
tries to pay for a trip in Burgundy there.
Yeah, someone's trying to get a trip to Burgundy out of it. Totally.
I'm looking at the price there.
Yeah, I love it. So the next day was our last day of touring. We were out at Dobbin Estate. This is Peter Gamble, and we're learning something about Ontario that does not happen in the Okanagan. In Ontario, it can get humid hot.
Like grossly humid on.
So it was like 32 degrees that day on the Sunday. But with the Humidex, it was 45. With the Humidex, it felt like 45, and oh my God, it did.
No, it was 44 on the
Humidex.
On the Humidex.
Ah, ridiculous.
I never swept buckets that much. It was crazy. Oh my God.
Insane.
So yeah, Dobbin put on the show. Doesn't matter what weather, what temperature was out there. Their team were absolutely incredible. The place, Mira, we saw that place last year. The place is gorgeous, but oh my God, right now it looks so amazing. So yeah. That was an amazing time.
So we were up in the tower, half of us, because there were a good 30 of us. So half of us went up to the tower. Half of us went by the pond and tasted Pinot Noir clones with Anne Sperling from the barrel. And then we swapped. So I think that was an epic tasting that could have taken us all day. Daryl says Dobbin was outstanding. I fully agree.
It's John Daniel still with Anne Sperling. The previous picture, John Daniel sent me a note today that he's recovering from his trip, but he said it was he didn't have that much fun in a very long time. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then next we went to Taw's. So Taw's Winery, actually the same owner. Maury Taw's,
you're right.
Owns Taw's, owns Redstone. So Redstone catered our picnic lunch, and it was really well done. Very simple picnic food, but really delicious.
But that was a good part. Like, I mean,
and they own 2 wineries in Burgundy. So that's one of our connections. We hope to meet up with there when we go on our trip. But look at this bad boy. We went in the Taw's cellar. That's what you do when it's Humidex 44 outside. You go into a cellar. That's where you want to be.
Yep.
And that's where we were. So we tasted a lot of Taw's wines.
That little private tasting room in this is so well done.
Yeah. And then following Taw's, Malivoire. And I mean, all 3 of these wineries, we were not expecting this level of attention directly from the winemakers, from their team. This is
Shiraz
Mathiar, who is founding winemaker and GM at Malivoire.
I mean, Shiraz was not supposed to be there.
He was not supposed to be
there. It was
a Sunday.
It was a Sunday. He was not supposed to be there, and he took his Sunday afternoon to spend with us. I think I was like, what a touch.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Sorry, these are back at
and he's such a great speaker, too. And he's funny, and we tasted some great wine. I mean, they put out the Forgotten Row from the library. We had the
lots
cat.
Of wine club only.
Oh, no, we had another Gamay there. We had the second Gamay, the Cat Gamay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. So that was 2 Gamays that we tasted.
It was an outstanding Gamay.
Oh, yeah. It was an incredible Gamay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Carl Boucher. We have talked about the different wines. We've talked about the Members Celebration Red. You saw us tasting that wine in the vineyard where it comes from, and it's a Clones of Cap Franc. Really special wine. And I just want to mention that if you get that wine, you get entries for every bottle you buy to a draw that is going to happen on Canada Day, which is our official 5-year anniversary next week. And it's a draw for a weekend with us. We'll cover your accommodation in a nice, beautiful vineyard site. We will buy you a couple lunches we'll have with you, and we will tour you around Carl's Wine Club style all weekend. So it's a pretty sick giveaway.
Yeah, 2 days of touring, right?
Yeah. And not to mention that, you also get members pricing if you buy a case of that wine.
Yes, that's
And there's
true.
only about 30, 35 left, maybe.
Maybe.
So we gotta look at our accounts. But yeah, there's not that many left. We only made 75 cases, 2 barrels of that celebration red. So if you were thinking of getting one, pool in with your neighbor if you have to, but it's a great wine. Last time we made a Carl's Wine Club wine was a few years ago. We don't do it every year. So Elif, it's so nice to see you. We were trying so hard to come see you, and then when our flight was canceled, we missed 24 hours in Niagara. So that was the day we were hoping to stop by and try and find you and see you and pray with you, and we hope you're doing okay. We very much love you. So that's the Pan Canadian in a nutshell. Pretty long nutshell, like an hour-long nutshell, because we started late. But what I want to know now is, Carl, you tell me more about these two wines.
Yeah, I mean, this is it took me a few sips, but yeah, I came out like I think it's a gamay. There's not a ton of tannin. Soft, really, really soft. Not only is soft, but it's layered, like well layered. There's a meaty component. That's why I settled on gamay afterward.
So it is a gamay. You totally got that one right.
So
at least you weren't at the winery. Okay, well, when we come in August, we will reach out to you in advance and see if we can plan a meetup.
So gamay, I'm not sure where from. It's a little warm. Not a ton of acid, but I really like that. This is to my opinion, at least a 91 plus, maybe 92 points gamay. Really,
it is a very nice gamay.
Really good. If it's a BC gamay, it's one of the very best gamay in BC. This is not. Yeah, I really love that.
Yes. So you're saying where it's from? BC? I think so. You're bang on the
But
BC.
I don't think I have a gamay BC here. So that's why I'm like, I don't think I have one.
Clearly you do. This is a BC gamay.
Okay.
Anything else? Oh, so you said it's like a
91 plus, maybe 92.
Plus,
this
92.
Is really freaking good.
Very good.
Really, really.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know what it is? Why don't you guess this one too? Because we're gonna wrap up here in a couple minutes. So
I'm empty here. I thought it was super tropical.
You can have mine.
Really, really, really tropical.
That's pretty rare that Carl finishes off the glasses before I do. That's pretty good.
Tropical, rich.
It is super tropical and exotic, like you said. It's a bit exotic here. Like, oh, this is not one we normally have varietal wise.
I feel like I tasted that before.
Okay. And can you guess what it might be?
Warm. It's a warm type of wine.
Yeah.
Super textural. I don't know.
Not something you normally find in BC.
Okay.
And this particular one might have not come from BC at all.
Okay. So I tasted that wine.
Before. I
tasted that wine before.
Yeah,
I did.
So.
I did. I know exactly what it is. This is the Albarino from Lunescence. Is it?
You are correct. Good job, Carl Boucher. Good guesses.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, because I like the whole time I'm smelling it and I'm like, I tasted that wine before. And yeah, when you said it might not be from BC, and I know, okay, this is the Albarino. That's from the 2024 vintage where we didn't have grape here, and is the how's that called? The program crafted in BC.
Yeah, they
crafted in BC. And
so,
what's the?
All right, so the big reveal.
What's the gamay? From where?
You got the Albarino. You got the gamay. It is Lunescence for both of them.
Did I choose a Lunescence gamay from Lunescence too?
I don't know if we're featuring them, but we are featuring Lunescence soon.
Next week.
And there's a lot of Lunescence wines in our house right
I
now.
didn't know that. I got. Oh my god, that's
And
a
you
22
haven't
Gamay.
tasted these two yet.
This is a stunning Gamay.
It's a very good Gamay.
Really, really good Gamay. And this I already rated it. I think I gave that 91 or something like that. At crafted in BC.
Yeah, when we did the live tasting.
Yeah,
really spectacular.
So
I
small
love
lot
that.
series Albarino. I think there was 85 cases made of that. If I am not mistaken.
Very small lot. Hey?
Yeah. Very small. I think it was something like 85 cases.
Wow.
Yeah. 100% Albarino, French oak for 4 months.
months,
Yeah, that's
stainless
where the
steel.
richness is coming from.
Daryl wants to know, how's the Chardonnay? Have you tasted the Chardonnay?
Yeah, last night. We did last night. Yeah, really good. Nice, really nice texture. Very Chardonnay. Yeah, classic Lunescence Chardonnay. I believe that we're at 92 points as well, probably. Super crisp, but textural. That was fantastic. Really loved it, Daryl.
Awesome.
So yeah,
very good.
I think so we are. Cheers, Mira
cheers,
Boucher.
Carl Boucher. Cheers, Canadian
Cheers,
wine
Canadian
lovers.
wine lovers. So you guys got, I think 10 of you guys got an email earlier this afternoon. Give me a call or send me an email if you want to set up a phone call.
About Burgundy.
About
and
La
if you are
Bourgogne.
curious and you have not been invited, we'd love to chat. It's a trip we're doing to Burgundy.
Only 12 couples plus Mira and I. So yeah.
Next June
the 4th.
Yes. Good night, Rob. Great to see you.
Yes.
Is there oak in the Lunescence Chardonnay?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Percentage. I'm not sure the percentage. I will send you a note about that, Daryl.
Yeah. Well, we'll have the feature out with all the details next week.
Yeah. Working on it in the next couple days when we have some more Burgundy details and talk with a few people. And yeah.
It's great to see y'all.
Canadian wine lovers, Carl's Wine Club members.
Woo-hoo.
See you next time.
Have a great night.